James Version of the Bible. I want you to turn to Matthew chapter 16. Matthew chapter 16. And starting at verse number 13. Matthew 16 and 13. We get there, say praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
Matthew 16 and 13 says this. When Jesus came into the region of Caesarea Philippi, he asked his disciples, saying, "Who do men say that I, the Son of Man, am?" So they said, some said John the Baptist, some Elijah, and others Jeremiah, or one of the prophets. He said to them, "But who do you say that I am?" Simon Peter answered and said, "You are the Christ, the Son of the living God." Jesus answered and said to him, "Blessed are you, Simon Bar-Jonah, for flesh and blood has not revealed this to you, but my Father who is in heaven. And I also say to you that you are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. And I will give to you the keys of the kingdom of heaven, and whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven." Then he commanded his disciples that they should tell no one that he was Jesus the Christ. Now this morning, if you want to write down a subject title or subject matter, we're going to come from verse number 19. And Jesus says, "I will give you the keys of the kingdom." Today we're going to talk about the keys of the kingdom. Now Jesus gave Peter the keys of the kingdom, did he not?
Amen.
What was the requirement for Peter to receive the keys? What happened before that? You're already asking the question, who do you say that I am? When Peter said, "You are the Christ, the Son of the living God," that gave Jesus authorization to give Peter the keys to the kingdom. Question, is there anyone in this room who believes that Jesus is the Son of God? Anybody? Because that in and of itself gives us the right to have the keys to the kingdom. Now, what do keys represent in your life, in my life? What's that? Unlocking doors. What else? When you think about keys, what do you think about? Getting in. What else?
Privilege.
Privilege. That's a good word. What else? How about authority? How about authority? See, when Jesus gave Peter the keys to the kingdom, he gave him access, privileges, but he also gave him authority. I'm going to show you this here in a second. Look at Luke, and keep your fingers at Matthew because we're coming right back. Look at Luke chapter 4, starting at verse number 31. Luke 4:31. We'll come back to Matthew in a second. Luke 4:31. I think it's a sad thing that we have keys to the kingdom and we don't even know we have them. Then, once we get the revelation that we have the keys to the kingdom, we don't know how to use them. You ever had somebody's keys from their house and didn't know how to use them, to open their doors because they had different keys and different doors and you weren't used to their house? That's what it is with us. God has given us keys to the kingdom and we don't even know how to use them. We don't even know what they're used for. All of you have keys in your pockets right now. If you gave them to me, I wouldn't know what they're for unless you told me. Well, we're going to find out what these keys are for. You ready? Where I say go to? Luke chapter 4. All right, it says, "Then he went down to Capernaum, the city of Galilee, and was teaching them on the Sabbath. And they were astonished at his teaching, for his word was with authority." There's that word, authority. "Now in the synagogue there was a man who had a spirit of an unclean demon," which, just so you'll know, demons don't stay away from the church. Amen. He was in the synagogue, sitting on the seats. Probably had his hands lifted up. Never mind, I'm going to get started. Anyway, so now in the synagogue there was a man who had a spirit of unclean demon, and he cried out with a loud voice, saying, "Let us." He had one demon, but they had multiple personalities. He said, "Let us alone. What have we to do with you, Jesus of Nazareth? Do you come to destroy us? I know who you are, the Holy One of God. But Jesus rebuked him. Now, here's how you use the key. To turn the key, the next word says, saying. Everybody say saying. Saying. Saying, be quiet, and come out of him. And when the demon had thrown him in their midst, it came out of him and did not hurt him. Then they were all amazed and spoke among themselves, saying, what a word is this, for with authority and power he commands the unclean spirits, and they come out. Now, what's the difference between power and authority? What's the difference? Everybody know the answer? Okay, I'm going to give you an example. This is just an example now. Let's suppose Sister Rhonda, she has keys in her house, and she has a problem with keeping her keys. So she comes to my wife and I and says, hey, you know what? I got an extra set of keys in my house. Keep these keys at your house in case I need them. So I have the keys. At that moment, I have power because I physically can take those keys, walk down to her house, and open her door anytime. But she did not give me authority. She just gave me the keys, and I have the power to do it, but I don't have the authority. Jesus says this, I've given you all power and authority to cast out demons. This is what he told the saints now. I give you power to tread on serpents and scorpions and all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you. These signs will follow them that believe. They shall cast out demons. They shall lay hands on the sick shall recover. We have that authority and power. He's given us both. But we don't use those keys. We don't use them. Like I said, because one reason we don't know we have the keys, and then we don't know how to use them once we have them. So back to Matthew. Matthew chapter 16, verse number 19 says this. And I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven, and whatever you what? Bind on earth will be bound in heaven. And whatever you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven. Now the word bound or bind in the Greek just means the word to tie, or to tie up. The word loose means to break down or break up, to destroy, to dissolve, to melt, to put off. So whatever we bind on earth will be bound in heaven. And whatever we loose on earth will be loosed in heaven. That's authority. That's power. Anybody done any bounding or loosing lately? Probably not. Because we don't know we have the keys. And then, like I said, those who have the keys maybe don't know how to use them. I'm going to show you how to use them today. We saw the example when Jesus spoke to the demons, he rebuked them. That's how that authority was activated, was it not? Let me give you another example. Let's look at Luke chapter 13. Luke 13, starting at verse number 11. Luke 13, starting at verse number 11. You ready? It says, and behold, there was a woman who had a spirit of infirmity. That means she was feeble of body or mind. She was frail. She was diseased. She had sickness or weakness. That's what that word in the Greek means. She had a spirit of infirmity. How many years? 18 years. And was bent